So we'll see what's going to happen today here on sportsnetusa.net. Don't forget, this is double elimination. Palomar has already lost. Cypress coming out of the winner's bracket. So if Cypress can pull off the victory, we've only got a game here at 12 o'clock. If Palomar pulls off the victory, then we've got a game at 2.
Yes.
And we're going to let you set the defense for Palomar one more time because we had a little thing going on here, Corey. So when you get an opportunity, reset that defense for Palomar.
We'll start with the battery. Krista Delorier in the circle and Bailey Romano behind the plate.
Okazaki comes up for Cypress. She's going to lead it off. Beautiful leadoff hitters, 31 stolen bases this year, starting it off for the Chargers.
At first base, Mariah Lopez. At second is Bree Dunkel, the All-Stater. Dion Macias at third, and Lexi Williams at short.
First pitch for a ball. So we're in the finals here in the Super Regional on SportsNetUSA.net. Next pitch taken for a strike.
And Delorier still strong out there in the circle from right to left. Tiara Paupau and right field Taylor Willis in center, and left field is Taylor Fa'asua.
So that sets the defense for the Palomar Comets. Next pitch, high and away. 2-1. Cypress has done what Cypress always does. Looks like they're in a dogfight for a couple innings, then they slowly pull away like that old-fashioned train pulling out of the station. Little easy flip over to Lopez. She takes it herself for the first out of the inning.
Bring up Sydney McCollum marking. McCollum, 20th in RBIs in the state. The OEC Player of the Year, and what you and Ed say, and Ryan, really could have been the state Player of the Year as well.
Yeah, and her coach says that too, Brad Pickler. Says easily could have been. And the way they vote is some conferences have more teams, Corey. So you look in the OEC, they don't have as many people that can vote for their players. So they feel like sometimes it's a little unbalanced. Second pitch called for a strike.
Good location by Delorier.
Delorier pitched an excellent game against this Cypress team yesterday. Gave up 2 hits. Possibly could have won the game. Next pitch, McCollum takes it in the alley. Puts a little heat. It goes all the way to the fence. She turns, heads for second, strides into second base. The ball gets away, and now they've got her in a pickle. And Delorier can't pick it up, or they might have had her at second base.
And that's what you want out of an All-Stater. She did make the All-State team. And evidence shows with that double. I mean, it picked up steam once it hit to the outfield in the air.
And you realize we've seen it all weekend long. The power alley is left center field and left field. Get the ball into the jet stream, you can possibly get a run in as Valdez now comes to the plate.
Looks like it did pick up a turbo boost. And the sophomore not too shabby at 374. 3 home runs and 38 RBI.
Takes the first pitch for a strike. Runner at second. 1 out here in the top of the first. That's right, we're in the finals. Fouled away, that's going to go out of play. 0-2 is the count. So you look at Valdez for the season, like Corey said. Good hitter for this team. 13 strikeouts, 11 walks so far for the season. Takes a sigh at the plate, trying to relax. Just started this game off. 1 on, 1 out. She takes it the same place. She said to Sydney McCullum, well, if that's there, I might as well get you all the way home. And Cypress is on the board first here in the top of the first.
And this is the way Cypress wanted to start the ball game. You got a 1 out, but a double left center by McCollum, and there's a double. Are you going to call it a double, a single, and a bobble?
I'm going to give her a double. I went all the way to the wall, so we'll give her a double on that one.
RBI double. And that's the way Cypress wanted to start out. They didn't want to come out lackadaisical and sluggish.
So that brings up Zavala to the plate. Alexis Zavala, lefty. And Alexis Zavala says, well, if everybody else can hit, I can. The ball gets hung up into the wind. For an easy out as Willis settles underneath it. That's the second out of the inning. So 1 run, 2 hits so far for Cypress here in the top of the first.
And here's been maybe the most consistent Charger at the plate in the regionals and super regionals with Nicole Wise.
Well, when Nicole Wise heated up, Cypress heated up in the season. Even though they didn't lose a game, it was those players that you don't talk about. And Brad Pickler agreed there were players that weren't mentioned that started playing to their potential. Nicole Wise went 2 for 3 in the game yesterday. 2 for 3 on Friday. Cypress has only played 2 games. Palomar coming out of the loser bracket. 1 run, 2 hits here in the top of the first for the Chargers. Back-to-back doubles. That's in the dirt, so that's going to be a wild pitch that advances the runner.
Just came off the fingertips of Delorier, just slipped out, never had a strong grip, and that's why she rolled it in. Mark, if you're looking at these dimensions, 207 down left, straight away 220, 209 down right field.
2-1 pitch. Nicole Wise fouls it off.
And Mark, and when you talk about power alleys in softball, these are true power alleys here at Cypress.
Yeah, the ball really does fly. I mean, we saw a few home runs yesterday that really the young women put a jolt into all of them. Nicole Wise batting .445 this season. Takes that one outside. 3-2. 2 out. Runner at third. 1 run in. Ball sails well here, Corey. 3-2. So Wise is going to slowly trot down to first base on the walk. That brings up Emma Walker. Walker playing right field today for Cypress. Walker batting .416. On base percentage of .512. So Cypress on the board first here in the top of the first. Walker shows bunt, takes a strike. Runners at the corners. McCullum doubles. Then Valdez comes up behind her and doubles to score McCullum. Emma Wise trying to draw. Corey, does that ever work when a runner slowly takes that glide to second to draw a throw?
Not when they're gliding and you're waiting for them to make that throw. Although the game you did a couple weeks ago for Santiago Canyon against Long Beach, the original regional, well, that was last week, right?
Yeah,
that was last week. Santiago Canyon pulled off the double steal.
So Wise gets a stolen base down at second. 2-1's the count. 2 outs. Walker waiting. Laurier brings it high outside. She's been missing on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, she doesn't want to go in, especially after those 2 doubles she gave up earlier. She hit one nice pitch to McCollum on that strike. It fooled her just a little bit, but she wants to go outside to try to get out of this inning.
So a conversation. The umpires for this game
would be behind the home plate, Steve Rodriguez. First baseline, Kent Jacobson. And third base is Rob Pentakoff.
We don't mention them. It's a great game if you're an umpire. 3-1. And so back-to-back walks given up here. And I'm not sure if that's the way you wanted to start.
Now batting 7.
As the designated player, Destiny Vasquez is going to come in. Normally we see her as a hitter and a pitcher, but Corey, they can't afford to lose her bat. She really is a great hitter for this Cypress team.
Yeah, she is the pitcher of the year in the southern SoCal region. Also an all-state player. And she is 25-0 now on the season. And as a batter, she's just as effective and just as dominant. With 6 home runs, 44 RBI. She bats .350. And she's got a chance to help her circle mate, Haley Hoffman, with the base hit.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1 run in here in the top of the first. That's right, we just started our final here at the Super Regionals at Cypress College. Off-speed pitch outside. Trying to find the strike zone. Struggles here in the first inning.
But you do think it's smart to go outside against this batter, try to get him out here.
Next pitch. Once again on the outside, a little high. 2-0.
And keep it high and outside part of the plate. You saw what waist high inside did for it.
2-0 count. Outside, about waist high on that one. Destiny takes that pitch. 2-1's the count. 2-1 count. 2 hits, 1 run for Cypress so far here in the top of the first. And there she does. Takes it, and it's just one of those line drives that drops at the right time for you at third base. Macias thought she had it, and Corey had disappeared on her.
Yeah, because she did have it. And that was a great example of what she said, just disappeared because the bottom dropped right at the last minute on that hit. And you notice the pitch location. Little inside part of the plate. Didn't quite get to the outer part. And Destiny Vasquez was waiting on it. It's nice when you have a 2-1 count.
So 2 more runs come in. And if you're Palomar, you don't want to get in a deep hole as Val Romano comes to the plate. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Brad Pickler told me when Val came here, he didn't look at her as being his catcher, but found a young woman that handled the duties well behind the plate, and that's how she became the battery mate for a prolific staff. Up in the air, Lopez goes over, tries a basket catch by the fence, can't pull it off.
Lopez got to come up with that catch to get out of the inning. And Romano, 3-time Freeway League champion over at Sunny Hills.
A lot of local talent on this Cypress team. Outside on that pitch. Nicole Wise from Pacifica High School. Couple fighting Irish on this team as that pitch is from the outside. Emma Walker, not far from us. Marina High School. Loera High School, recognized on this team. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And once again, it just finds the gap, and it looks like batting practice right now for Cypress College.
And it really does. I mean, Delorier pitched 2 games yesterday. Now she comes back and pitches another one this afternoon. And you got to wonder.
Well, guys, I think the Chargers, have the right approach. If they're patient and there's struggling going on in the circle, so if they're patient on the first couple pitches, then they're going to get a pitch after the 3 or 4 pitches down the road. They're going to get a pitch that they can hit.
Pavlovich now comes up, the slight built first baseman for the Chargers. Open stance. Takes that one down and away. 4 runs, 4 hits here in the top of the first for the Chargers. Paolo drops it at the edge of the plate and is gunned out over at first base. Beautiful bunt, better defensive play, but not before 4 runs get on the board. 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. As we head to the bottom of the first, it's Cypress 4, Palomar coming to the plate. You are watching the finals of the Super Regional from Cypress College here on Sportsnet USA.net.
And Corey, what other Super Regionals are going on?
Well, we got the other Super Regional here in the SoCal section. Mount Sac versus Antelope Valley College. If Mount Sac wins one, well, that first game, then they advance to the state finals in Bakersfield. Up north, San Mateo needs one win over Foothill to advance again to the state finals. And also that second one at San Joaquin Delta. San Joaquin Delta needs one win over Ohlone, and they advanced to the state tournament.
Could be an interesting dance.
It could, because it would represent the 4 best teams in the state of California.
Palomar's going to say, well, you know what, let's try to answer it, as Dunkel is going to lead off, followed by Romano, Lopez, and Termond. Pau is batting next. Delorier, Fa'aasu is next. Macias, Williams, and Willis.
Second baseman number 3, Reed Dunkel.
Mr. Neyland will set the defensive lineup for the Cypress Chargers. So Dunkel comes up, leading off for Palomar. Somebody new in the circle for the Chargers. The screwball pitcher.
Kaylee Hoffman, which he said yesterday, a .28 earned run average coming into the Super Regionals. Her mate behind the dish is Valerie Romano.
Hoffman got a little whip on the ball.
In the infield is Kiana Hualoa at first base. Jenny Vasquez at second. Sydney McCollum, who started out the heavy-hitting first inning for Cypress, at short. And Alexis Zavala at third base. In left field, Nicole Weiss, Melanie Okazaki in center field, and Emma Walker over there in right.
2 pitches, and Destiny Vasquez heads down to the bullpen. Hoffman, 2-0 count to Dunkel. Dunkel fouls that off.
And Ed, you were talking about the other games. 1-1, Mount Sac versus Antelope Valley in the bottom of the first inning.
Two-one count. Cypress puts 4 on the board on their top of the half of the inning.
And Mark, this is a tough situation for Hoffman to come in. She's only started 2 games all year, 1 at the very beginning. She faced Golden West in a 5-inning Mercy Rule game 2 or 3 weeks ago. And now you're coming into that championship game and you're the starter. So that's a lot of pressure.
Dunkel takes it up the alley. Is it there? Dive out in left field, and I tell you what, Nicole Weiss has done it all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here in the finals.
And it picks up on what Ed was just talking about. It's a tough situation for your player who's only started 2 games in the circle. Nicole Weiss says, we got your back with excellent plays.
The thing that's never talked about at Cypress really is that defense. They talk about the pitching in the circle and the timely hitting. So that's going to bring up Romano to the plate.
But Mark, when you start speakily, when you speak stats, no, they are ranked the top in the state.
Baylor Romano over to Sydney McCollum. Easy little pick and throw. But doesn't it seem to be ignored, though? I mean, everybody talks about Cypress. You look at everybody in the circle and say, look, we're undefeated.
Yeah, it gets ignored because it's not showy, well, except for that play right there. But they're just very consistent defensively. And when you don't give up a lot of runs from the circle and you don't make any errors, you got a very good chance to win.
Mariah Lopez comes up now. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first. Cypress puts up 4. Palomar looking for their first hit. Hoffman works the outside corner. Corey, she will bring that pitch. That's her money pitch all day long.
And Lopez a single and scored a run in the game against Santiago Canyon.
A little outside. 1-2 is the pitch. Nice, beautiful day here on Mother's Day on SportsNetUSA.net. Hoffman looks in, rocks, brings it home. Lopez takes it to where nobody's at, all the way to the wall. She turns it first, puts on a little speed, and gallops into second base.
And gentlemen, the ball is carrying. That's the third hit we've seen that carried into the gaps, and that win the same projection as yesterday. It's like it's moving right to left.
Now batting for it.
She hit the win, and it just kept on going.
Madison Sherman.
So Madison Sherman now comes up. Madison Sherman is the type of player that doesn't walk, doesn't strike out, gets that ball and bat working for her. Fouls the first one off.
RBI double and a single in yesterday's game. Also scored a run in the game to gap them here.
Designated player today for the Comets.
Yeah, 477 hitter that came into the Super Regionals.
Hoffman looks home, brings it home. Just a little low on that one. Going to even up the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at second base, bottom of the first. Hoffman looks in, takes her time, brings it down the middle. It's fouled off. 1-2's the count.
That was a good looking pitch because it kind of trailed in at the end. So as Turman is extending her arms through the zone, she's looking, she has a good hit line drive up the middle. But as it turns in and just drops, kind of handcuffs her a little bit, and she fouls it off to stay alive.
1-2 count. Hoffman trying to get out of this inning. Team's up by 4. Down there, takes it back. Haley just says, yeah, I can pitch and I can field. So for Palomar, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 1 complete inning of play here in the Super Regional. It's Cypress 4, the Comets 0. You're watching the CCCAA Super Regional Final here on SportsNetUSA.net.
And Mark, it's good to see somebody who can field that position with just a snap of the fingers. Quick move, grabs the ball, takes care of it all herself.
Yeah, that was something you and I were talking about yesterday, Ed, that you said there was a lack of the defensive prowess for anybody working in the circle for all the teams we have seen since Friday. So right now, Cypress up by 4. Corey, this is the one thing. If you're Palomar, you got to win today. You know, or it's an early Mother's Day for all of us here on SportsNetUSA.net. You put your back against the wall, giving up 4, and Cypress just looks comfortable. Yeah, they're at home, but they look comfortable at the plate.
It's the mindset that they had after yesterday's win and yesterday evening when we were cleaning up. They came into this game expecting we got 1 game to play and on to the state tournament.
I think part of the strategy could be if the Chargers are patient here, they still need to be patient at the plate.
Now batting for Cypress.
Make sure that Delorier can throw you a strike because she's been struggling. I mean, she struggled in that first inning, wasn't really getting in strikes. So if the Chargers can take the first couple of pitches and they'll be up, 2 balls, no strikes, then start swinging.
So we're going to do a redo from the first inning as we start at the top of the lineup here in the second. Hey, wait a minute. It's deja vu. Okazaki now will be up at the plate. And she sends it deep into left field, and it carries again. Corey, the ball is just carrying in the outfield. And Okazaki says, hey, if you can't come after me, I'll tell you what. I'll take third. So she gets a double, takes the third base on the throw. So give her a double on the play. and an additional base after the throw into the infield.
Yeah, in the state, she's ranked number 4 in doubles. So that's not an anomaly.
So Sydney McCollum comes in, who had a double her first time at bat in the first inning. Squares, takes a ball on the outside. So you look at right now, double, 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 extra bases is what the Chargers are getting in this game through an inning and not even a third yet. Next pitch on the outside corner. Brad Pickler's got his team on the run here in the final. Laurier brings it home. Right down the middle. And Sydney pops it up. The wind catches it. Caught there. Here comes the throw to home plate. It's off. And the Chargers get back on the board. And Corey, it's one of those plays that Fa'asu has to make, but catches it basket style, which makes it very difficult to make a throw to home.
Yeah, because it was dropping fast, so she has to get her feet set, get her hands set to even come out of the glove with the ball and throw. It was still an excellent throw, but she wasn't going to catch Okazaki.
So give McCollum an RBI on that sacrifice fly. 5 runs in 2 innings for the Chargers here. Valdez comes up. Takes a pitch on the outside corner. She too had a double her first time up. Drove in an RBI. So right now, if you're Palomar, you've got to figure out a way to stop Cypress. Not let him run away with anything. That one's fouled off. Behind us. Guys, it just looks like there's this Brad Pickler mindset working. If this was a board game, you'd feel like you're in trouble.
Yeah, Palomar is in trouble just because of the start that Cypress has. Comets are able to come back because we've seen them hit.
Way outside on that one.
In preseason, they were ranked number 3, which was Palomar. So with all that talent, you expect them to make a game later on in this game.
2-2 count in the dirt. 3-2. So another run up. It's the Chargers 5, the Comets 0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
Guys, you were talking earlier about the red stuff, red sand in the circle and at home plate.
Yes.
What is it?
It's just decoration, but I really do think people lose their footing. And that one is taken in the alley again, so we're going to turn another double for Cypress. No, Brad Pickler says, come on, bring it to me. And Valdez does and gets a sliding triple for the Chargers.
And you want to have that killer instinct as a team. You want it to approach from your coach. And that's a double normally. That's a double in any other game. But you got a chance to go to the state tournament again, keep your undefeated record. Brad Pickler said this is a triple all the way, and that's what they get.
So Savala comes up. Last time up, she flied to center. Fakes a bunt, taken on the inside.
Got another scoring update. Mount Sac 2 and Antelope Valley 1 in the bottom of the second.
5-0 in this game. Down and away. Finally, Palomar looks like they're going to get a little action going on.
Looks like Hannah McDonald.
Well, Hannah McDonald walked out there. Now, she's listed as a catcher, but I don't know she also pitches for the team. 3-0 count to Zavala. That one is inside, so Zavala gets on base. You see who's going down there?
Yeah, it'll be Trinity Fa'asua is getting over there warming up.
Okay.
And McDonald is warming her up.
Warming her up, so, okay.
That's a third walk given up by Delorier.
And yesterday she could dodge the bullets when she hit so many batters that we saw in the game. The defense came up big, but she stopped the next person that coming to the plate. Corey, today it's not happening in this game. Runners at the corner, 1 out. First pitch taken down the middle by Nicole Wise. Wise lays out in left field to make sure that Palomar doesn't get on the board defensively. So she's already shown her prowess as a player and how she can change the direction of a game. Fouls that one off. She doesn't always do it with a bat, can do it with a glove. He's got a good arm in left field. Played for Mark Campbell over at Pacifica High School. 0-2 count to Wise. Wise takes it. It's going to be dropped, picked up, flipped over, but a run's going to get in on a fielder's choice. So give Wise an RBI.
Now batting number 19.
And Okazaki was running on the crack of the bat, and it was about a 3-hopper to Dunkel, so that's why she couldn't come home and try to take out Okazaki.
Again, Sears picks it up, throws over to first to get the out. But not before we add a couple more runs on the board. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. As we head to the bottom of the second, it's the Cypress Chargers 6, the Palomar Comets 0. You're watching the CCCAA Super Regional Final here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Of course, it's Mother's Day. What's the best thing to do on Mother's Day? Head down to Miller Toyota of Anaheim. And why? Because you're going to buy Mom a brand new car. I know Corey Neyland, he's already told me, you know what? I've got so much money in the bank, I don't know what to do with it. My mom's going to be so surprised when I pull up in that brand new Toyota from Miller Toyota of Anaheim. You're such a good son.
I am. I'm going to take her for a ride to go eat dinner.
There you go. And you're going to let her pick up the tab. So you go over to Miller Toyota of Anaheim.
I just bought a car.
Huh?
Just bought a car. She got to pay.
Okay. All right. You go over. Corey Neyland's got that new Toyota from Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Or if you can't afford a new car, they've got a wonderful choice of used cars over there. Or if you're like Corey and I and our car's a little older and you need it worked on, no place better to go. Service department open 7 days a week for your convenience. Miller Toyota of Anaheim, located at Euclid in the 91, is a proud sponsor of high school sports, community college sports, but most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim.
But I would like to say Happy Mother's Day to Sandra Walker. I think she is listening. So, Mom, Happy Mother's Day.
Pow Pow comes up for the Comets. Swings over the top of the first pitch thrown to her. Hoffman looking to get comfortable in the circle. The youngster brings it home. A little down and away on that. Haley went to Lakewood High School. That one, Pow Pow swings over again. Corey, she does have a pitch that you've already talked about that's got a great deal of motion on it.
Yeah, and it's not just as one singular motion moving, right to left or up or down. It's spinning, and she has control doing it a variety of ways.
1-2, fouled away.
And you see how it comes in when she spins that off her thumb, how it comes into the hitter so they're not able to extend. Pow Pow out of Oceanside, batted .379. She was a member of the All-SoCal team.
1-2 count. Over the top again, strike 3. So Miss Hoffman gets her first strikeout of the game.
Now batting pitcher number 38, Crystal Deloria.
That's her 17th of the season. We had 4 walks.
Now, a young lady that had a lot of power for this Palomar team yesterday. I tell you what, she put spark into that victory with a couple big home runs in yesterday's game.
Yeah, her first time at bat, had a solo home run in the second inning.
Delorier fouls that one off.
She went 2 for 3. Her third time at bat, a 2-run home run. And that tied up the game.
0-2 count, 1 out. Hoffman whips it. Easy little ground ball and a flip. Couldn't get any power on it. And Corey, once again, you see the defense for this team as Vasquez, just really can play second base. You've got a good middle for this Cypress team. They usually say strength is up the center.
And they're very strong up the middle. With Okazaki, McCollum, and Vasquez there flipped.
Romano goes, slides into the fence. Valiant effort by her trying to get the foul ball. Fa'asu at the plate. 6 runs, 6 hits for Cypress. No runs, 1 hit for the Comets. Here in the bottom of the second. Hoffman. This time, taken back up the middle. So Hoffman lays it on the middle, taken back up the middle for a base hit for Palomar. So Fa'asu takes it back up the middle. And maybe on that, when she does come across middle of the plate, you've talked about it more than once, so have you, Ed, not to overswing coming up there. As Macias comes up.
And that pitch was a little high for Hoffman. You can see how much more effective she is in the lower quadrants.
Macias playing third base for the Comets today. Fouls that one off. I really do like Macias as a third base person. I think she plays fantastic third base for this Comet team. Strong arm, great footwork. 1-1 count. Says, well, I'll hit it to my counterpart. Might as well. And she hits it to Zavala, who says, yeah, I got footwork too, and throws over to first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. As we complete 2 innings, it's Cypress 6, Palomar 0. You're watching the Super Regional Final from Cypress College here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Ed, we talked about it. You followed the Northern California teams a little more than Corey and I do. And, of course, I keep teasing you through the whole thing. I keep sort of saying San Mateo, San Mateo. But, and Corey, I'm going to throw it at you, too. You brought up the whole factor yesterday. Southern California teams are much stronger than the Northern California teams, or did I misrepresent you in saying that?
No, I think the majority of the talent, the major talent, does come from Southern California. I think Southern California, if you simply look at it, is a little bit better because they have more deeper competition than Northern California, and that's why. As we have a new pitcher, Trinity Fa'asua, out of Oceanside, Taylor's sister, sophomore, steps up into the circle. And on the season, 5.43 earned run average, 19 strikeouts, 20 bases on balls coming into the Super Regionals. So this is one of those Ed Ford things, like you said earlier. Cypress remains patient.
So Destiny Vasquez, we'll see what the new pitcher's got. Fa'asua bringing it from the circle. First pitch is high. Vasquez, the designated player today in this game. 6 runs, 6 hits for Cypress here in the top of the third. Next one away. 2-0 the count. Breeze blowing from right to left like yesterday. Fa'asua looks to home plate, taking her time. Digs deep, that one. So I'm not quite sure what the umpire is calling on that, Corey. Was she stepping out of the box before the pitch was made? 3-0 count. 3-0 count. Ball 4. So I think what happened is you had a hitter that stepped out of the box before the pitch made it to home plate. Therefore, he called it a non-pitch.
I think we have the situation going again with the Charger hitters. They need to be patient here, not swinging on the first pitch unless it's that ball that Richie Jackson used to talk about, the mattress ball that you lay on. But other than that, they should be patient because, once again, the pitcher has to prove that she can throw strikes, and they've made a pitching change, and we haven't seen her throw a strike yet. So be patient.
Fa'asua brings it home. Val Romano looks at a strike. Brad Pickler walks down and says, wait a minute, let's have a little more conversation.
I think I take another one.
And I think we're going to get a designated runner over at first base. And that's what we're getting. Brad wants to get somebody with a little more speed on the bag. So Rebecca Espinoza comes out as a designated runner. Espinoza over there at first base now. So Destiny goes over and sits down for a while. Val Romano says, thank you. Put somebody up there with a little more speed. I'll drive her in for you. Fa'asua brings it home. Val Romano tries to drop a bunt, and everybody was back on their heels with a smart play, even though it goes foul.
Yeah, Romano has a big smile on her face like, and you know I had you, right?
Macias reaches down and pulls the Corey Neyland, grabs the back of her hamstring and says, man, I don't feel like I can move after that one.
I don't know if I don't just drop another one.
0-2 count. One high and outside. You love seeing people doubled up that way, don't you?
I love it because with an 0-2 count, you're not expecting any. This is not one where you're bunting to get a base hit. You're bunting to move the runner over.
1-2 count. Everybody's deep in the infield. The 1-2 pitch. Val Romano takes it to Fa'asua. She goes over to second. Back to first, thrown away on the play. Thought they could get 2, but they couldn't. So Romano safe at first on a fielder's choice. No error on the play because you got the runner out at second base. And you can never assume a double play, so therefore that is why there is no error on the play. Fa'asu brings it home. Asua, right? I keep forgetting the, right?
Yeah, Fa'asua.
Fa'asua.
And yeah, no, that's not an error.
1-0. High again. She's been high in all her pitches from the circle so far since she's come in.
Pressing just a little bit. Knowing she has to contain the juggernaut that is the Chargers. Contain them just a little bit because they have their own offensive juggernaut.
Takes a little off that one to get a strike. 2-1's the count.
Yeah, what my grandfather used to say in situations like this, just pitch and catch.
Don't worry about the batter.
Don't worry about the batter. Just do your thing.
2-1's the count. Mono over at first. Fouled away. 2-2. So the Chargers up by 6. They got off hot here in the first inning. 4 runs on 4 hits. Then they got a couple more in the second on a couple more hits. That's how they're standing at 6 right now. Looking for more in the third. Faasua brings it home again. Takes a little off of it.
That was an inside-out type of swing by Pualoa. She's out of Western High School, who we did on Tuesday. They wrapping up their season this week, but they lost to Valencia on Tuesday.
Pualoa with an open stance. Swings at a high pitch, which is going to get fouled away.
And you know what she likes to do in her spare time?
What's that?
Couponing.
So she looks for those bargains?
Yeah, she does. Favorite athlete is Cole Calhoun.
So she's going to use that coupon for the big ball shoe for 87 cents and buy a pair? 2-2 count. Again, another off-speed pitch.
The big baller brand mark. You buy one for $4.95, get the second one for $500.
It's that 500 pennies we're talking about, right?
No, $500.
Wow. Wow. I think we ought to start the Ed Ford brand. Rock, paper, scissor is what it's made out of. You pick the material. Don't buy the scissor shoes. Palua pops this one up, taken by Dunklover at second base. Look at Ed. He started thinking about that. Wait a minute. High Desert Sandals.
Now batting number 5, Melanie Okazaki.
So Okazaki in 3 innings is coming up for the 3rd time.
That's effective. That's efficient.
Got a little offense going on when you're doing that, don't you?
4 runs in the first and 2 in the second. That'll be all right.
Okazaki had a double last time up. Takes that one inside. Faasua trying to take a little off her pitches, trying to make sure that she's more than accurate coming to home plate. Lopez over at third. Just a little inside the bag. Macias even with it at third. That one just off the outside part of the plate. 2-0 count.
She was the first team All-Suburban League 3 times in a row out of Cerritos High School.
Suburban League. I remember those games on sportsnetusa.net. Next one, taken down the middle. 3-0 count.
The pull of Cypress got her out of Cody Murray's Cerritos area.
Excellent softball program. Wonderful coach over there, Coach Murray. 3-0 count. Right down the middle. Had a wonderful chat with her. Had quite a few chats here on sportsnetusa.net. Ed Ford, myself, Ryan Osborne. You can still see those coaches' interviews on the archive page at sportsnetusa.net. 3-1 count. And Okazaki on base here in the 3rd inning.
And I like the intellect Okazaki has as a softball player. She did exactly what Ed Ford said. Make her pitch to you. And she was taking the first 3 pitches. Even though she got 1 strike on there, she said pitch another one, and she takes the walk.
So Sydney McCullum comes up. Last time up, she got an RBI with a sacrifice fly to left field. Squares the bunt, takes the first one down the middle. 2 outs, 2 on.
Even though McCullum can bunt for a base hit, you really don't expect her to bunt with 2 outs.
And she says, no, I'm not going to bunt. I'm going to drive it all the way to the wall, and it's just foul.
Wind took it just a little bit. Just enough to knock it foul down that 2:07 marker.
And you know what? She's got a heart of gold. She brought me 3 pieces of pizza that I shared with the crew yesterday. Ed Ford didn't want any. Ryan Osborne ate it all. That pitch outside.
Well, correct yourself. She brought you 3 pieces of pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, I was lucky I got to eat the pepperonis. Or I'd have gotten nothing.
Now Ryan was lucky there was one left.
1-2 count. Just off the edge of the plate.
And as a new pitcher, that's one you say, you gotta give that to me.
Yeah, I'm down by 6. Help me out here, please. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 on. 2-2 pitch. Pausua stretches, brings it home. Fouled back. Ryan Osborne out on the road today here on SportsNetUSA.net. It's Ed Ford, Corey Neyland, and myself. Of course, our scout from the Czech Republic sitting behind us, Gabby Neyland. 2-2. 2-2 pitch. McCollum takes it up the right center alley. It's going to drop in. Here comes the throw home, not in time. So Sydney McCollum back-to-back RBIs. And the beat continues. 4 in the first, 2 in the second, now 1 here in the third.
Jenny Vasquez.
That brings up Jenny Vasquez, playing second base. Looks at a bunt, takes it low. So Vasquez starts it off with a double, brings in the first RBI. Then she hits a triple last time up. 2 for 2 so far in today's game. She could hit for the cycle. Gets a single or home run here, and then first 4 times up in 4 innings. The way this is going, 7-0 right now here in the top of the third. Pausua slows it, and it breaks slightly to get the strike.
That was a nice pitch. That was a breaking ball that came from up over the top on an underhanded fast pitch.
1-2. She comes back with it again, a little more giddy up on it. Gets fouled away.
And no scores from up north just yet.
So 2 outs, runners at the corner. One, 2 count. Taken down the right field line. Vasquez looks. Pausua brings it home. Rocks, delivers. Turned on that one. Brad Pickler gets out of the way. Brad said, I was fantasizing about my days back in Savannah High School with all my friends, and I knew that graduation was coming around in '73. Didn't know what I wanted to do. Thought about maybe going to Wally Thor's School of Trucking. Turned that down and became a softball coach. 1-2 count. Deep fly ball. That could be 3 in the cycle, Corey. That's number 3 with a home run.
Mark, I was just about to say, I'm impressed with Jenny Vasquez's range as a hitter. Outside, 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 she takes some foul. Tries to come in on the inside and jam her. Turns on it with them quick wrists and hits a foul. She gets a pitch in her wheelhouse right down the middle. And again, those quick wrists, strong forearms, 214 over the left field line. Or left field fence.
Why did I think there were runners on the corner?
There were.
So that would be 10 runs.
No,
right?
it'd be 9 runs. It was 6-0.
It's 10. It's 10. That's what.
Oh,
yeah, it's 10. I was right.
10. Oh, I forgot this run in earlier.
I looked down to my left. Long Beach State graduate next to you who can count because he's got 10 fingers. Sort of like, you know, all of us at Cal State Long Beach. So
Jenny Vasquez, as Mark's prediction, Really kind of holding up right now. She's going to hit for the cycle.
In 4 innings. That'd be wild. That would just be wild. Basua gets a strike on that one. Well, Corey Neyland, maybe you better call up Mom, say we're picking up the Toyota early. Where do you want to go for lunch? As Cypress is up 10-0 in 3 innings. Next pitch down our way.
Got 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Mark said, 8 hits in the first 3 innings, 10 runs, 4-2-4. Cypress. Got that instinct. Basua delivers a ball outside to run the count full to Alexis Zavala.
So, Corey, we knew that Cypress would be tough, but I didn't know they would be this prolific in this game. I mean, they've just come out looking for a lead, not giving it up. Turned on, that's going to drop foul. Zavala walked her last time up, flew to center to start her day off here for Cypress College. 8 hits, 10 runs. Palomar trying to find some answer. Taken through the hole, another base hit for the Chargers.
Go back to that home run for Jenny Vasquez. That was her 4th of the season. And Alexis Zavala flew out, walked, and there's a single.
10 runs, 9 hits for the Chargers. 4-2-4 is their area code here in the first 3 innings. Nicole Wise comes up.
Is that a Virginia area code?
4-2-4?
Yeah.
Could be. 10 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Chargers. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Comets. Basua brings it up away. So how do you not be disheartened if you're Palomar at this stage of the game?
Well, Coach Lacey Kraft is telling her team, we've got 2 state titles since I've been here in 2013 and 2015. Nothing's out of the realm of possibility.
Basua brings it down the middle. That's going to be taken for a strike.
And all you're saying is you got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more at-bats in this game. You get 2 runs just to, get out of this inning first. But then get a good quality inning and get a run or 2, and then you just move forward. You put up 8 yesterday against Santiago Canyon.
Cole Wise hits it. Dunkel gets underneath it on a basket catch. But once again, the Chargers get on the board. 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. As we head to bottom of the 3rd, it's the Chargers 10, the Comets 0. You are watching the finals of the Super Regionals here at Cypress College on Sportsnet, USA.net. Well, guys, we know what's going on. Ned, I don't know if there's any updates from around the other regionals going on here, Super Regionals yet. Same score?
Same scores.
No scores.
No scores?
Not that I can find, but, Corey has a way of just digging things out that I don't.
Yeah, no scores from up north. Still haven't found those yet, but Mount Sac 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 4th against Antelope Valley.
So Mount Sac wins, it's all over there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if San Mateo wins, it's all over there. Also with San Joaquin, Delta, and Ohlone.
Okay. And if Cypress can hold on to this lead, then it would be all over here.
Is there a San Mateo score?
No, not yet. San Mateo Foothill, there's nothing there.
Because the way it's going, Mark, is that now nothing's over yet, but there's a strong trend towards it being the number 1 seed from Southern California and the number 2 seed from Southern California, Cypress, Mount Sac, number 1 seed from the north, San Mateo, and the number 2 seed, San Joaquin Delta. So it would be all 1-2, 1-2. And I believe that's what it was last year, too.
You know, I don't know.
No, it may not have been, because I don't think Sacramento City College originally was seeded 2. But I know they may be in a slightly lower seed.
Lexi Williams is going to start it off for the Comets here. Williams, nice little easy bounce, big gun over. As Alexis Zavala shows a lot of arm strength on that throw over to first base. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting number 3, Bree Dunkel.
So Dunkel, who flew out to left field to start this game off, comes back up. Dunkel with her hands apart. Haley Hoffman has that go right back up the middle for a base hit.
First pitch swinging by the Comets. They need to get base runners on, and at this point,
Now batting number 7.
you don't try to get it all back at once, but at least get enough back to where you don't get mercied.
And Ed, I mean, let's be realistic. If you're Cypress, you put in Haley Hoffman, you couldn't draw it up any better to leave her in the circle. First pitch fouled away by Romano.
It's a very good strategy on the part of Coach Pickler, and so far she's pitching well. But if you're Cypress, I still go out there and keep scoring runs.
Oh, yeah.
You just put as many up on the board as you can, because Palomar is not going to give up here.
Next pitch down the line, foul. Zavala over at third. McCullum at short. Vasquez at second. Pualoa at first. Romano behind the plate. Hoffman in the circle. Wise in left. Okazaki over in center. And Walker in right. That's the defense for Cypress. That one pull foul. So those are your 9 defensive players. But you've got that 10-run lead right now, so Hoffman can go out and just do what she wants to do in the circle. Dunkel at first. Romano should be tailor-made second. Flip over McCollum's glove. And, of course, I scored that as an error on the play. So I'm going to give Vasquez an error at second base. E4.
You think? I thought she was going to be safe on a slide. I really did.
I don't see how that could be argued. The ball was there in time.
Yeah.
Bad flip.
E4 is how they scored officially here at Cypress College.
And here's where the Chargers need to bear down, make the defensive plays, and keep the Comets off the board.
Mariah Lopez comes up. Takes the strike. Evens up the count at 1-1.
Lopez, her last at bat, hit a double to the right center field, and it was one of those hits in the first inning that carried.
1-1 count. 2 runners on. Takes it to Hoffman. Over to third for 1. Back to first, double play. 1-5-3 double play. Well, Ed Ford, I'm going to go back to you as no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base as we head to the top of the 4th. It's Cypress 10, the Comets 0. You're watching the Super Regional on Sportsnet, USA.net. You talked about it. We had seen people that couldn't necessarily play defense in the circle. Haley Hoffman today has made 2 excellent defensive plays to get her team out of trouble for
Yes.
Cypress College.
Absolutely. And she is very quick out of the circle. I mean, just it's a snap of the finger. She's there. She knows what she's going to do. Gun that ball to third. And then the relay, they get out of the inning. They should have turned the double play before. So Hoffman helps herself, and that's what pitchers have to do. We saw that for Palomar yesterday in the San Diego Canyon game. Delorier said, well, hey, these guys can score a lot of runs. Watch this one.
Yeah.
And she launched her first home run. Then she said, as Ernie Banks said, sort of
they win one
made
more.
a sort of modification of it. Let me hit 2.
Ernie's probably sitting at home and going, did I say that? Yeah, I said something about 2.
Well, the weather certainly, when we first got here, I was a little concerned. It looked very cloudy and
Yeah, it looked a little bleak, didn't it?
Looked a little bleak. People were talking about some rain heading this way tonight, and you never can tell with weather. Sometimes it speeds up a little bit, but it's turned out to be a very nice Mother's Day here in Cypress, California, and the Chargers are treating their fans to a 10-0 runaway at this point in the game, but we have a lot of softball left to play.
Yeah, we do. And Corey, let's go back because Zavala keeps showing what an excellent third base person she is. Really, when you think about it, that's a long throw to complete a double play from third base.
Yeah, it started with Hoffman, but again, she picks it up, sets her feet and ready to throw once the ball gets there into her glove, and makes a strong throw over to first. And we have another scoring update in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 4-2 Antelope Valley.
So the power has shown its muscle against Mount Sac as Walker comes to the plate. Walked her first time up. Emma takes that down her way. I really do want to see Vasquez get up one more time. I want to see her hit for the circle in 4 innings.
Yeah, but I don't know if she's getting up this inning, but you'd still like to see it because you don't know if that'd be some type of record. Yeah.
That's what I'm wondering. 3-0's the count. Emma takes a look. Ba'asua brings it home. That one on the outside corner, they're going to call it a delayed strike. Emma Walker out of Marina High School. Three 3-1 count. Walker herself trying to get a base hit. Just has the ball hang up a little on her as Pau comes in and makes the catch on that. So Walker flies out to right field.
Now batting number 20, Rebecca Espinoza.
So Rebecca Espinoza now in. So Destiny Vasquez, who should be hitting here, is now out of the game. Espinoza is now in as a designated player for Brad Pickler's team.
And guys, in that other SoCal Super Regional, 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error for Mount Sac. 4 runs, 3 hits, 4 errors for AVC.
Espinoza, a freshman out of Yorba Linda High School. Freshman outfielder for this Cypress team. Takes that as a high strike. 2-1's the count to her. Corey Neyland, Ed Ford on the call with me. Espinoza hits it back in our direction. Sure-handed Ryan Osborne not around to make that catch.
But we had somebody make a one-hop pickup holding some of those cheesy tortilla chips. So that was pretty good.
That one fouled back. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2. That gets away.
Guys, the difference in that game against Mount Sac and ABC, 7 runners, 0 for 7 with runners in scoring positions are the Mounties.
That'll cause a loss to any team. Espinoza swings through an off-speed pitch. So now they called Val Romano back.
And didn't you guys mention Dolly Stevens?
Yes, Ed did.
1 for 2, 1 RBI, 2 runs scored.
So Ed Ford, your conversation with Corey about Dolly Stevens has paid off so far in that game.
With no Paige Johnson.
No Paige Johnson. She's not playing. Wow. Tiana Harris now comes in.
Number 24. Tiana Harris.
So Harris now comes in. Tiana Harris swings at the first pitch. Lazy little fly ball to left field, taken by Fa'asua out in left field. So one of the few times, 3 up and 3 down for Cypress. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base as we head to the bottom of the 4th. It's Cypress 10, Palomar 0. You're watching the Super Regional from Cypress College here on Sportsnet, USA.net. It's quiet. And what would be nice to have a quiet car? He doesn't like them. The man to my left, nah, electric cars aren't for him. But if you were looking for that vehicle that's nice and quiet when you start it, nice and quiet when you drive it, where else would you go? Miller Toyota of Anaheim. They have got every style of vehicle you can think of at Miller Toyota of Anaheim. So take a little time out. Head down to Euclid in the 91. Walk on in there, take a look at those new vehicles, or maybe a really nice low-mileage used car from Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Miller Toyota of Anaheim is a proud sponsor of all our games here on SportsNetUSA.net. Miller Toyota of Anaheim, a proud sponsor of community college sports, high school sports, but most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim, located at Euclid and the 91.
So just to recap, if Cypress wins the first game, they move on to the state tournament in Bakersfield. Mount Sac and AVC. Antelope Valley College needs to beat Mount Sac 2 times in a row to advance. San Mateo and Foothill. San Mateo 1 win and they're in. Foothill 2 wins and they're in. And San Joaquin, Delta, and Ohlone. SJ Delta with 1 win, and they punch their ticket.
Turman comes up. Grounded back to the circle, her first time up. Haley Hoffman made a nice play on it. 3 hits for Palomar in this game. Hoffman looking good in the circle. Brings it, whips it. Cullum just sucks it up like a vacuum and flips over to first base. She hooverized it on that one.
Yes, she did.
Pow Pow now comes to the plate. Struck out her last time up. Little check swing. Nobody appeals on that one. Val Romano back behind the plate, the battery mate. Corey Neyland will set up the defense again for Cypress in a second. That one foul.
Right to left in the outfield. Walker, Okazaki, and Wise. Left to right in the infield. At third, Zavala, McCollum, Jenny Vasquez, and Pualoa. And the battery behind the dish, Romano and Hoffman, as you said, still in the circle, pitching well.
Yeah, she's looking good. Getting more confident with each inning. Take it back up the middle. Can't get down quick enough. So Pow Pow gets a base hit for the Comets.
So base runners is what they need. So now we have Trinity Fa'asua, her first attempt, her first at-bat.
Fa'asua looks at a ball. Hoffman with a runner at first. Fa'asua pops it up. Haley Hoffman does it herself again. So Haley Hoffman consistently at 60 miles an hour in this game today.
Now batting number 34, Taylor Fa'asua.
Wicked screwball. She throws a wicked screwball to hitters. That one, take it up. Fa'asua again. The sister. It's not like I'm having a senior moment. There's two of them on the team. Well, then again.
That was Taylor.
Now batting number 25, Leon Mejia.
So a couple hits given up this inning. Hoffman takes a breath. Takes her time. Big whip on the inside corner of the plate. And Corey, you talked about the movement on her screwball. I mean, it's up, down, inside to that right-handed hitter.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, you can't extend your arms, and you're not going to get a good solid hit.
Once again, back up the middle, so 3 hits as they play station to station for Palomar. And Ed Ford, they're doing what you asked everybody to do. Just take your time, take a breath, and don't rush as an offensive team.
Yeah, they got to get back into this thing, and they have a great opportunity to do so with now with the bases loaded.
And bring up a pinch hitter.
So chip away, get away from that run rule, stay in the game and score runs. The Palomar Comets can score runs. They've got a lot of offense. They're just going to have to continue to be patient.
It's going to be Sarah Rodriguez who's going to pinch hit for Lexi Williams. And guys, that time the screwball didn't work because she left it up. It didn't break in and stayed over the middle of the plate. And that's why Macias was able to line that one right back up the middle.
And again, here's what's interesting. We talked about it yesterday, Ed. In a game yesterday, we saw where the ball was hit back to first base. The wrong decision was made. The winning run scores. You talked about how Brad Pickler always goes out and talks to everybody. And like you said, he's letting everybody know this is what you do if the ball comes to you here with any sort of play at the plate or at first base. This is what maybe you want to think of doing. Brad up by 10 with his first baseman's glove. Goes striding out there. He's been here since 1987. Over 1,300 wins, averaging over 41.3 wins a season. Hoffman. Fastball on the outside of the plate.
And finally, he's going into the Hall of Fame class of Cypress this year with Melissa Gutierrez, Jessica Reitner, Laura Corson, Melissa Beck, and Trisha Barr.
Hoffman again. Tries to get it. McCullum says, it's mine. And gets Cypress out of the inning. No runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 big runners left on base. As we head to the top of 5, it's been all Cypress College. It's Cypress 10. Palomar 0. You're watching the CCCAA Super Regional Finals on Sportsnet USA.net.
We're just speechless, Mark.
Oh, okay. I figured one of the two of you had something to say.
A very big opportunity there for Mark for the Comets, and they just couldn't come through. You load the bases up. Yes, Hoffman has been tough, but that would have been their chance to get back into this game, score 2 runs, score 3 runs maybe on a long base hit, and then you're away from the run rule. But now they're still with that, the axe right over their necks. And Cypress hasn't a bat here. We don't know if the Chargers are going to score any runs or not. So you don't want to go into the bottom of the 5th inning down by 10. And for the Chargers, you want to still be patient at the plate and take good solid swings at the ball, because you might as well put a few more up there on the board and ensure that the Comets can't come back.
So Celeste Rodriguez is going to get an opportunity to hit in this game.
Maybe one of your favorite players, Mark, out of Savannah High School. 4-year golfer at Savannah, second team all 4 years. Majoring in theater. Also one of your favorite pastimes, sleeping.
Singing, dancing, and hitting a softball. Takes the first pitch for a
three
strike.
things I can't do.
That's it. Of course, she's an alumnus of Savannah. Of course, her coach, Brad Pickler, an alumnus of Savannah High School. That one's high and tight. Well, you said plays golf, too, right?
Yes.
Well, there's a couple of... Well, wait a minute. Maybe there's nobody at this table that can play golf. I'm sorry. I was going to give us a little credit there, guys, but, you know.
No need.
Fouls that one off into the glove. Well, some of these softballs do fly like the golf balls we hit. We have no idea direction, which way they're going. And when the wind catches them, well, okay, if we were at Dad Miller, they'd be out of bounds. Next pitch. Off the end of the bat, a Corey Neyland slice down the third baseline. Just goes foul. Well, wait a minute. I gave it a little more credit than it deserved. It was in the air. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm a singles hitter,
Yeah,
okay?
it might add a little bit too much height on it.
That's it.
Hey, nothing but singles.
1-2 count. High and away. 2-2's the count. So Celeste Rodriguez, freshman outfielder, getting an opportunity. Ed Ford getting offered food on the air. That one fouled away. We do need to put a sign up on our table, right, that says "Don't feed the animals."
Yes.
Okay.
No. That's no good.
Corey Neyland would say, "Bring me the food." Ryan Osborne wouldn't even ask.
Oh, he would have just
He would have
snatched
taken the whole
from her.
box. One's high and away.
Wouldn't have cared if it was Mother's Day or not.
That's right.
Those are my snacks now.
He'd have knocked her table over and blamed the wind. Fasua in the circle. Trying to get out of here. High fly ball caught in the air, going way out of bounds, just off the end of the glove from Fasua in left field.
Now, I'm not sure, but that might have been too far over in the dead zone anyway.
Well, there's a blue line that's painted
that's
down
what
there.
I mean.
Yeah.
I think she was past the blue line anyway.
So Celeste gets another opportunity. Vasquez needs a hit from her teammates to have a chance for the cycle. And there's the hit that she needed. Turning into second and just nonchalantly throwing the ball in from left field.
Here's the replay, Mark, and you can see her make the turn, and then she comes diving in, sliding in, and makes it in.
So a single and then an advancement to second on the throw.
Now batting number 5, Melanie Okazaki.
Did you give her a double?
I gave her a single.
Okay, all right. So Okazaki now comes to the plate. Walked and doubled in her last couple appearances.
Scored twice. So when she gets on, she's usually scoring. She's fourth in doubles in the state.
So because of that, Vasquez should have a plate appearance in this inning. Okazaki takes it in the hole. Dunkel goes down, can't throw it, has to eat it. That's a base hit.
And Mark, Corey, that's a smart play because we've seen other times in games where people try to, it's going to be a base hit anyway. You might as well just eat it. Don't make the throw because you make that wild throw to first, it goes down the line, and then you cause your team even more trouble.
Yeah. So runners at the corner, no outs, 10-0 so far in this game. The Chargers and Sydney McCollum up takes that pitch outside. So the Chargers in the 4th inning don't score, trying to put something back on the board here in the 5th. That pitch outside. Vasquez on deck, has a chance to hit for the cycle in this game. McCollum, fly ball, easy out, going to tag up, send the runner home. Here comes the throw, it's going to be close, she's out. Oh, money on that one. Taylor Willis on the dime.
And we've got the replay here, and you'll be able to see the whole play unfold again. The catch in right center. Here comes the throw in time, and good call by Blue.
So Vasquez comes up, has an opportunity here now. We'll see if she can get that base hit. Takes that one for a strike. Hit a double in the first, a triple in the second, a home run in the third. Easy fly ball. She's going to fly out to center so she doesn't get this opportunity even though she hits the ball well. It looked like Cypress was going to get something on the board as they started off with a big single and another hit, but it just doesn't happen. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, it's Cypress 10, Palomar 0. You are watching the CCCAA Super Regional Finals here on Sportsnet USA.net. Of course, Corey Neyland wanted to say Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, I need to say Happy Mother's Day too to Amber Pavlovich, who is the mom of my grandchild, my son's grandchild. That's right. Little Emmett Pavlovich, that's right, the guru of Gaga, who said Fullerton College at the beginning of the football season would win the state and national championship. On SportsNetUSA.net, and Fullerton College pulled off the state and the national championship in football. You know what? Kid knows what he's talking about. I'm going to have to ask him when we get to the finals of softball what's going to happen here on SportsNetUSA.net. Kid's bright, just like his grandfather.
Okay, well, both of you get together and put together a stock portfolio for me because, I want the those small companies where they're penny stocks right now and they're going to be zooming up and, like Apple and Microsoft did there in the 80s. So I can be very well off.
Apple's my saddest story. When Apple had a problem way back, I remember Ed saying to my dad, you ought to buy that. My dad didn't. I thought my folks would loan me some cash. My mother said, you got money. I didn't do it. Easy fly ball. It's going to drop way out, and they just can't get it in center field. So Melanie Okazaki tries to lay out to get it. Tips off her fingers and drops. We're going to give a base hit on that play.
Yeah, with the wind, it wasn't as easy as they thought it would be. Now,
Number 7, Bailey Romano.
You got a big lead, but in this position, you still want to run rule the other team. Yeah. So you got to pitch this like it's 0-0 and not allow any runs, not even 1 run.
Yeah, Bailey Romano comes to the plate. Runner on second base. Dunkel gets another base hit in this game. Boy, she has been special for this Comet team here in the Super Regionals.
She sure has. Love
the way the girl plays defense, and she is just stalwart as a hitter. Haley Hoffman brings it home. Scroogey tries to take it on the outside corner, doesn't get the call.
And she's not, at least what we've seen of her in the last 3 days, not the pop-up weak little grounder. I mean, she hits the ball. She's going to hit the ball with some velocity.
1-1 count. Pulled down the left field line, just foul.
Speaking of velocity, that one had a lot on it.
Steve Rodriguez, the home plate umpire. Kent Jacobson over at first. Rob Penikoff, the third base umpire, here for this final Super Regional at Cypress College. Haley Hoffman brings it easy to Jenny Vasquez over to first. Runner advances to third.
Now batting number 29.
So a runner in scoring position.
And it's interesting, Mark. Last year, this was the same situation. Cypress and Palomar in the championship game.
First pitch by Hoffman, just a little high on that one.
And Mo Lopez was on this Comet team, and she was here for that Super Regional last year in 2016.
And somebody who can turn on the ball, has a great deal of power for this Comet team. Fouls that one off. Wind picks up just a little from right to left.
Yeah, she could, with one swing, she certainly could put it out and cut that lead down to 10-2. So you have to be careful with her.
Back deep. In the infield is Cypress. Down the left field line, that's going to go foul. Nicole Weiss chases it over there. Out of play on it. So Pualoa over at first. Vasquez at second. Zavala at third. McCollum at short. Hoffman in the circle. Romano behind the plate. Wise in left. Okazaki in center. Walker in right. Hoffman brings it.
Whoa.
Deep fly ball to right field. Over. There it is, Ed. And we just brought it up that she had the power to turn.
Here's the replay, and she crushes it. There was not much of a doubt that was gone.
So once again, talking about making sure that you don't let the person beat you who can, and boy, she's done it for the Comets all year. You talked about it. If you made a mistake to her, she'd do exactly what she just did.
And also, it looms now into play that the Chargers couldn't execute in the top of the fifth inning and score a couple of insurance runs.
Yep. So Loney 4, Delta 1 in the fourth inning. Getting an update. And once again, they take it up. So all of a sudden, Palomar bats, who were taking a nap at the beginning of this game, all of a sudden said, wait a minute, let me stretch. It's time to wake up. And they have woke up here in the fifth inning.
Now batting number 33. Kiara Paupau.
Obviously, they're a good team, and they're not going to just roll over and play dead. The Chargers have to get this second out and bear down a little bit.
Pow now coming to the plate. Somebody else that can drive the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Out of this ballpark. 9 hits for Palomar. And here's where you look at Ed. You talk about getting hits at the right time. Cypress College, 10 runs, 11 hits. 2 runs, 9 hits for Palomar. So, I mean, the disparity between hits is only 2. The disparity in run is 10-2.
And Taylor Willis coming in to run at first base for the Comets.
Hoffman throws that one high. Willis, a sophomore from Murrieta Mesa. Team that we've done here before at the Michelle Carew Classic on sports.usa.net. Ball down and away. So Haley Hoffman now this time getting touched up just a little by the Comets. Brings it. That one pulled down, just foul on that one. So they are jumping all over her pitches here in the bottom of the 5th. Hoffman not getting that diving screwball now in on the right-handed hitter.
No, it doesn't seem like she is.
2-1 count. Hoffman hangs on the outside corner for a ball. Val Romano letting you know that, hey, I can get you at first if you stray too far. Hoffman still around 60 miles an hour from the circle. Brings it right down the middle. Gets turned on. So Pow Pow says, that's right, dish it up. Give me a little ice cream. I'll put some chocolate syrup on top. Maybe a little pound cake underneath just for fun. And if she does get that pound cake, this game's a lot closer. Tops that one. Zavala can't pick it up in foul territory.
And that one was kind of up.
Yeah, you know what? Don't let them tomahawk it. People laugh at that, but, you know, we've seen that happen more than once. Get it up in somebody's eyes, and they just, you know, sledgehammer it out of the ballpark.
Exactly.
Hoffman looks down the middle. Foul again. Boy, all over this. Quality at bat right now. You want to get those foul balls off. Make somebody work from the circle. Keep fouling them off. Then she's going to throw that change up, and if you're waiting on it, you can drive it out of this park, especially the wind blowing to left field. 3-2 count, 1 out, 10-2 in this game. Bottom of 5. Hoffman brings it. Once again, turns on it. Trying to get the timing down. Get a little timing down, get a little lift, get it airborne. You know Brad Pickler would love to get out of this game right about now. Hoffman trying to get that third strike. Once again. Foul him off, foul him off, foul him off, and then get your right pitch.
She got that one up a little bit more, and you could see the result of that. It was a higher line drive, but, you know, way out in front. But still, you don't want somebody to get the right timing on that one and launch it.
Fouled away.
Oh, that one went into the Comet dugout. Hopefully nobody is hurt. Doesn't look like it.
You know, this is where Haley Hoffman needs to have a rise pitch that comes out of the zone. Because what you want to do is get that pitch around somebody's eyes. Their eyes are going to light up, and they're going to swing right over the top of it. She brings it down the middle. It's hit, but that's going to be foul.
That one is almost out on Holder. That's way out there.
So again, you know, and this is where Hoffman right now is not varying where she's delivering it. So it's in the same